The emergency alert said to ignore the screaming outside. The emergency alert started at 2:03 a.m. I remember the exact time because the alarm on my phone ripped me out of sleep so suddenly I almost fell out of bed. Every device in my apartment activated at once. Phone, TV, laptop. Even my old radio clock started blasting static. Then the message appeared across every screen. Emergency civil alert. Do not respond to voices outside your home. Do not look outside. Do not open doors or windows. Further instructions will follow. At first, I assumed it was some kind of hack. Or maybe a chemical spill nearby. Then the screaming started outside. Not one person. Hundreds. People shouting for help up and down the street. I live in a fairly quiet neighborhood outside Pittsburgh, and within seconds it sounded like absolute chaos outside my apartment building. Car alarms. Glass breaking. People crying. Then pounding on doors. Heavy, frantic pounding. I checked my phone for news updates, but every app showed the same warning. Do not look outside. That should have terrified me more than it did. Instead, curiosity took over. I walked toward the living room window. Before I reached it, another alert appeared on my TV. If you have already looked outside, remain inside. Do not make eye contact. That stopped me cold. A second later, someone began pounding on my apartment door. Please. A woman's voice. Crying hysterically. Please let me in. I froze in the hallway. The voice sounded incredibly real. Panicked. Desperate. Then another voice joined her. A little boy screaming for his mother. The pounding grew more violent. I looked through the peephole before I could stop myself. The hallway outside was empty. No woman. No child. Nothing. But the screaming continued directly outside the door. Then the woman suddenly stopped crying. Her voice became calm instantly. Almost emotionless. You looked. Every light in my apartment flickered. The TV switched channels by itself. Static filled the screen. Then grainy camera footage appeared. A city street somewhere at night. The timestamp read, Live feed, Eastern region. People ran through the streets screaming while something moved between buildings in the distance. At first, I thought it was smoke. Then it stepped beneath a streetlight. Tall. Extremely thin. Its body looked almost human except for the arms hanging far too long. And its face. Even through the distorted footage, I could tell its face was wrong. Blurred somehow. Like the camera couldn't focus on it properly. The thing stopped moving suddenly. Then slowly turned toward the camera. The feed cut to black instantly. Another emergency alert appeared. Do not acknowledge them. They mimic distress to gain entry. The pounding on my apartment door started again immediately. Now multiple voices cried outside simultaneously. My neighbor upstairs. An old man from down the hall. My landlord. All begging to be let inside. Then I heard my brother's voice. My brother died 3 years ago. Ethan, open the door. I backed away so fast I nearly fell. The voice sounded perfect. Exactly like him. Then came scratching against the hallway wall outside. Long, slow scraping noises moving closer to my door. Something whispered softly through the crack beneath it. We know you're alone. I turned every light off in the apartment and hid in the bathroom clutching my phone. The emergency alerts kept updating every few minutes. Do not trust familiar voices. Do not respond to knocking. If you hear whistling, hide immediately. About 10 minutes later, I heard whistling. 3 soft notes drifting through the hallway outside. Then came the screaming. Not fake screaming this time. Real screaming. Dozens of people all at once somewhere farther down the apartment building. Followed by wet crunching sounds. Then silence. My phone buzzed again. Another alert. They are inside now. The building's fire alarm suddenly activated overhead. Red emergency lights flooded the apartment through the darkness. Then footsteps echoed slowly through the hallway outside my door. Heavy footsteps. Not human. Too uneven. Something large dragging itself along the carpet. It stopped outside my apartment. The whistling returned softly. Then came 3 slow knocks. I held my breath completely still. The thing outside spoke in my brother's voice again. "Why won't you look at me?" Then something slammed hard against my door. The entire frame shook violently. Again. Wood splintered near the lock. I thought the door would break open any second. Then every device in my apartment activated simultaneously one final time. TV, phone, laptop, all displaying the same message. Do not let them see your face. The pounding stopped instantly. Complete silence filled the apartment. Then I heard movement outside the bathroom window. I live on the 7th floor. Slowly, a face rose upward past the glass from outside. Smiling. Its features blurred and shifting constantly like static. Eyes too large. Mouth opening impossibly wide. And behind it, dozens more faces climbed silently up the side of the building. Watching. Searching through windows. I shut myself in the bathtub and stayed there until sunrise. At exactly 6:14 a.m., every alert disappeared. No explanation. No news coverage. Nothing. The streets outside looked normal again, except for abandoned cars scattered everywhere, and several apartment doors hanging open down the hallway. The government later blamed the alerts on a coordinated cyber attack. Nobody believed that, especially after the missing persons reports started. Hundreds nationwide, maybe thousands. The worst part happened yesterday. I was watching local news when the anchor paused mid-sentence, then slowly looked directly into the camera, and smiled. Before the station abruptly cut to black, he quietly said, "We can finally come inside now."